Hey guys, another video with Aquatic Bobs here. New YouTuber, fairly new, trying to make a go with this. If you guys would, please subscribe. You can give a thumbs up or thumbs down if you want to. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'd also love to see some of your thoughts and comments on what you think of this video and my tank and setup, and also any questions or how you guys are doing in the hobby. When I get some time, I'll get around to responding and getting back to you guys. So anyways, just want to do a quick video here tonight. I'm going to try to keep it quick on what I feed this tank. I am running a filter on my phone, the orange and yellow filter, just because my lights are pretty much all blue right now. So the fluorescent pop that you see is a little bit more through the filter than what my eye sees, but my eye also picks up some other colors that the filters filter out. So it's about an even swap. But this tank is very beautiful. I just set it up 3.5 weeks ago, something like that. I upgraded from a 40 gallon, and it's funny to think that most of these corals fit in the 40 gallon. I did put in a big order with Top Shelf Aquatics. But anyways, just want to get to it. What do I feed? My wife gave me the idea to just line them up. Apart from the frozen food, I'll start with that. I feed frozen mysis, frozen brine, and sometimes shrimp from the meat department at the grocery store. I just chop them up and feed them to the anemones and some of the bigger corals. But anyways, I do that a few times a week. Acropower, great stuff. Since I've been in the hobby, just about 3 years now, I've been using Acropower about half that time, and I honestly, I think this stuff is great. I've never taken a break to see what it's like without it, but my Acropower have been doing awesome. I dose Acropower usually 2 or 3 times a week. That's my Walt Disney Acro. And yeah, in real life, it's popping like that too. I get good fluorescent colors and shine in this tank. I keep my nutrients really low, which is weird because I feed so heavy, you guys. Here's one of my newer acros that I got. That was a nice shot of the clown. The Haymaker, Top Shelf Aquatics Haymaker Acropora. $800 coral for just a small frig, but I got it on Black Friday sale. Super good deal. Didn't spend anywhere close to $800. But yeah, so Acropower. I know different reefers use different stuff. This is just what I use, and it's worked great. And I don't plan on switching anytime soon. Phytoplankton, twice a week, 2 or 3 times a week, usually twice a week though. This stuff can cause a pretty big nutrient buildup, and it smells funky too. But it works, and so I continue to use it. I also use the Red Sea Reef Energy Plus, AB Plus Coral Nutrition. They used to make like a 2-part of this stuff, the A and the B. Then they found a way to combine it together. I've had this now. I did a video, oh man, it's been just a couple weeks, but since I've been using it, I love it. Turns your water green. It's cool to watch. The corals respond really well to it. You do have to turn your skimmer off for a little bit. I also turn my pump off too, so it just circulates in the tank, so coral have the time to grab it. But even the fish get super excited and wish that it was in chunks so they could eat it. But and I do that 3, sometimes 4 times a week, and yeah, plan to stick with it when I'm out, and I'm gonna keep getting it. Reef chili. This stuff has some chunks in it. It's having a hard time focusing, but yeah, it does have some chunks in it. So even the fish get a kick out of this stuff. I don't really know what the bigger chunks are, but it's just a blend of a bunch of different stuff. And let me say this real quick. When you feed your coral and your fish, it's good to remember that our pets are a lot like us in the sense of healthy eating. So if all you and I ate was macaroni and cheese for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we probably wouldn't be too healthy, and we'd probably get sick of it. Um, but if that's all there was to eat, we would eat it, right? Well, we have the control and the power to feed our pets here what we're able to. So I prefer to feed them well. It's just like, you know, throwing in a steak, throw in some chicken, throw in some asparagus, some mashed potatoes and gravy, some other healthy stuff, a salad. You know, it's like, and the more variety of stuff that we eat, the more balanced our diet is, and the more vitamins and nutrients we get from a combination of things versus just eating noodles and cheese all day. So our fish and coral appreciate it, and they benefit greatly from it. It's a win-win. It might be a little bit more expensive, but the more stuff that you have, the less you can feed of each one too. So it's wise. I'll just say it's wise. You make your decisions with feeding your tank, and you can make a lot of stuff work and make it work well. I prefer to feed a variety of stuff, and it's worked well for me. Next on the list is Polyp Labs Reef Roids. They also make the Polyp Booster, which I've used a few times before, but it really didn't have too much an effect on my tank because my coral's polyps are mostly extended a lot of the time anyways because I feed so much. So I figured I'd just save the money and just do reef roids. Now reef chili and reef roids, I feed both about 2, sometimes 3 times a week. Again, then omega-1 marine mini pellets. It's kind of focusing there, but I feed these pretty much every day, even if it's just a little pinch. All the fish eat them, all of them except the mandarin goby, which I once every month or every other month I feed. I add more copepods. Just the other day, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but yeah, it's not gonna zoom. But there's copepods everywhere around this frag plug rack. Yeah, you just can't see it, but so all the fish love those. Plus they're healthy for your tank. They're found everywhere in the ocean. So we want to create as much of an ocean-like environment as we can for our fish and coral, and that's part of it, and there's huge bonuses to it. I know they look like little bugs, but you barely ever see them unless you come out and get really close to the glass late at night and look close to the sand bed. But yeah, all the fish love them, and my 2 tangs are going at it. Speaking of the tangs, green seaweed. Every day I put green seaweed in there. You can see the vibrant in the back. That helps with controlling some of the pesky algae and nuisance algae in the tank. But so the thought is this, I want to sum it up with this, is heavy in, heavy out. One of the first lessons I learned from Bulk Reef Supply, which is cool because they're in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm in Duluth, Minnesota. It's about 2 hours away. It just makes me feel a little special to know that they're so close. But and I know Ryan's cousin, and yeah, anyways, but yeah, heavy in, heavy out. So I feed a ton to this tank, you guys, a ton. But I take a ton out with my filtration, and I'm gonna do another video on what all my filtration includes. But I have the Bulk Reef Supply dual GFO and carbon reactor. Can't really see both of them right from this angle, but I run GFO and carbon, and I have another GFO reactor over here. My Cone S Q2 protein skimmer by Aquamax, and this thing does a great job. I think it's finally broke in now. But yeah, it's rated for like twice the capacity of what my system volume is. Filter sock, I switch out once every 3 to 4 days. When I do feed, I do shut off my pump so that all the food circulates in the tank for a while. That helps the coral to absorb it and gets less that you're just wasting through your filter sock and skimmer. And Chaeto algae, got a nice chunk of Chaeto down there, just running red, blue, and yellow lights. Auto top off, but yeah. So, and then surface area, I have a ton of surface area. I don't know, you can see some of the bio pellets down there. I just got bags of them, plus the rocks on the bottom. And yeah, surface area for bacteria to colonize and be able to break down those nitrates. And it's a big part of nutrient control. So heavy in, heavy out, you guys. But yeah, that's what I feed my tank. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, comments, or remarks, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.